Gianluigi Donnarumma has won it all. He's at the pinnacle of his career and is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He's a Euro champion, a Champions League winner, a Ligue 1 winner, French Super Cup and Coupe de France winner, and a Trophée des Champions winner. And yet, Luis Enrique decided to let him go from PSG. For many, it was a surprising and unexpected move, but his transfer to Manchester City represents a strategic turning point for both the player and the two clubs involved. And in this change, each one seeks to boost the team and its chances of winning more trophies. Because it's said that to be a champion, a team must have a good striker and an even better goalkeeper. Gigio's legacy as one of the world's finest shot stoppers was forged under the pressure and scrutiny of Italian football. His meteoric rise established him as a generational talent from a very young age. Donnarumma's career began with a historic entrance onto the football scene. After joining Milan in 2013, he progressed quickly through the academy, making his first team debut at the age of 16 years and 242 days, becoming the youngest keeper to debut in Serie A history. Over the next 6 seasons, he established himself as the club's undisputed number one, amassing over 200 league appearances and facing the immense pressure of being the face of the club's future. His time in Milan allowed him to develop invaluable experience at an age when most goalkeepers are still in the youth ranks. The defining moment in his career, one that catapulted him to the world's elite, was the Euro 2020 Championship. As the starting keeper for the Italian national team, his ability to perform under maximum pressure was crucial to his country's victory. It was in the knockout stages that his penalty beast mentality became evident, saving spot kicks in both the semi-final against Spain and the final against England. His performances were so dominant that he was named Player of the Tournament, an honour rarely given to a goalkeeper. This wasn't just a simple set of saves, but a demonstration of a rare psychological fortitude. The ability to perform and be decisive in the most high-pressure moments became a fundamental characteristic of his profile, an asset that goes beyond playing metrics and is particularly valuable for clubs competing in knockout ties, where margins of error are minimal and penalty shootouts can decide the fate of a trophy. Donnarumma's transfer to Manchester City was a surprising event, not for his lack of quality, but for its timing. It happened after one of his most successful and influential seasons of his career. After joining PSG in 2021, he quickly established himself as the club's starting keeper. His spell in Paris was highly successful, accumulating 10 trophies in 4 seasons. The peak of his time in France was the 2024 to 2025 season, in which he was a key part of the club's historic quadruple: the Champions League, Ligue 1, the Coupe de France, and the Trophée des Champions. His performances, which included decisive saves against Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Arsenal in the Champions League, cemented his status as one of the best keepers in the world. His individual accolades were also notable, as he was named in the Champions League Team of the Season and awarded the Yashin Trophy for a second time. But despite his individual successes and distinctions, his future in Paris was compromised by Luis Enrique's tactical philosophy. The Spanish manager sought a different type of goalkeeper profile, one with a superior passing ability that would allow his team to play with a higher defensive line, essentially a sweeper keeper who functioned as an additional outfield player. Donnarumma made several errors while trying to play the ball out from the back during his 4 seasons with PSG, which was a key factor in Luis Enrique's decision to sign Lucas Chevalier from Lille. The manager took 100% responsibility for this difficult decision, highlighting the priority of his team's tactical needs over the keeper's individual contributions. The fact that a keeper who was instrumental in his club winning the Champions League and was also honoured with a prestigious individual award was put up for sale is a striking phenomenon. Gigio's sale is a reflection of the growing power of Luis Enrique's philosophy and his priority of system over individuals, even at the cost of parting ways with an elite talent. In part, his departure was aggravated by a breakdown in his contract extension talks. The keeper's high salary demands gave the club a reason to put him on the market. Despite the tactical and financial conflicts, his public statements revealed the personal difficulty of his departure. He admitted that it had been difficult to leave the club, acknowledging that he had found an extraordinary club and extraordinary players at Manchester City, but that he had also found extraordinary supporters at PSG and had, in principle, wanted to stay. With his future in the air and serious negotiations underway for Ederson with Fenerbahce, Manchester City was facing its own transition in goal and identified the perfect opportunity for a strategic acquisition. His move to Manchester City came just hours after the club sold their legendary keeper to the Turkish side. Ederson had been a central part of Guardiola's game plan for 8 years, and his distribution skills revolutionised the goalkeeper position in English football. Pundits, including former keeper Nicky Weaver, state that Ederson almost redefined the position by acting as a first playmaker who could launch attacks with precise long passes or retain possession under pressure. His departure, more than leaving a void in defensive play, broke the essence of City's build-up play and Guardiola's trademark style. Gigio arrived in Manchester for a fee of between £26 million and £30 million on a 5-year contract, which was considered an affordable deal for a keeper of his calibre. At 26 years old, it is understood that he is entering his prime years, making the transfer a long-term investment for the club, as City build their next cycle under Guardiola. The signing of Donnarumma, a keeper acclaimed for his shot-stopping ability rather than his footwork, might seem at first glance a step back in Guardiola's philosophy. However, upon deeper analysis, it is a deliberate strategic evolution. The manager has explicitly stated that he will not expect him to offer the same skills as Ederson, and that he will adapt to the quality of the players. The decision to sign him, despite his weaknesses in distribution, signals a change in the team's strategy. The system will no longer depend on the keeper as the initial playmaker. Instead, the onus of ball progression falls on the defenders like Dias, Stones and Gvardiol, and on the midfielders like Rodri and Reinders. This makes the build-up play less vulnerable to errors under pressure and focuses on the pragmatism needed for knockout football, where a world-class keeper who commands his area and makes big saves in key moments is an invaluable asset. The real question isn't whether Gigio has the quality, but whether his shot-stopping first style can be successfully integrated into Pep Guardiola's system. To understand the tactical shift, it's essential to compare the profiles of the two keepers who have defined Manchester City's goal. Ederson offered the perfect solution for the team's build-up play, allowing precise distribution with both short and long passes. The Brazilian keeper holds the Guinness World Record for the longest football kick, and his powerful striking has also enabled him to register numerous assists during his time in the Premier League. This resource is particularly important for creating danger against compact defences in tight spaces. Gigio's arrival, meanwhile, guarantees safety between the sticks and proposes a more direct strategy. This tactical change is a pragmatic evolution designed for greater success in knockout football, which is often decided by defending, exploiting open spaces and moments of genius, rather than by a complete domination of possession. While the initial debate has focused on his limitations compared to Ederson, a crucial factor that influenced Guardiola's decision is his potential to improve. His former goalkeeper coach Alfredo Manni has stated that his greatest quality is not his shot stopping, but his willingness to learn and his aptitude to carry out the coach's requests. Donnarumma himself has publicly acknowledged that he believes Guardiola will help him improve his ball-playing skills. This is the most profound and compelling aspect of the transfer. Despite the fact that two of the world's most influential managers, Luis Enrique and Guardiola, share concerns about his footwork, the City boss is betting on Donnarumma's ability to adapt. Guardiola isn't sacrificing his philosophy. He's making a long-term investment in the ability of an already elite keeper to be moulded into a more complete package. It's a calculated gamble that a keeper who is a world leader in his primary craft can be trained to overcome his weaknesses, which would make him the ideal keeper for City for years to come. The Italian's initial performances as a citizen have been promising. He made his debut in the Manchester derby against United, and in his first full Premier League game he conceded only 1 goal. He made a crucial save from a powerful shot by Noni Madueke, Gigio's speciality. Although it's only a small number of games for a definitive evaluation, the early signs suggest a successful integration, both for his ability to perform his primary role and for the team's clear approach to accommodating his style. Given his age, he arrives at the peak of his career with a decade of elite experience and the potential to remain at the top level for a decade or more, making him a solid long-term investment for the City squad. PSG, at the height of their success, made a radical decision driven by Luis Enrique's adherence to a specific tactical philosophy. And although this decision seems to make sense in terms of system and finances due to his contract demands, some are already questioning it because of Lucas Chevalier's performances at the start of the League One season. Manchester City, meanwhile, seized the opportunity to acquire a keeper proven in trophy-defining moments for a bargain. Now the question is, will Donnarumma be able to evolve under the guidance of one of the greatest managers in football history? Will he be the keeper the club needs to revitalise their squad? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for more content on world football. And if you think Donnarumma's signing is one of the best acquisitions of the season, wait until you see what Arne Slot did to completely unlock Dominik Szoboszlai's potential. The Hungarian went from being a midfielder to a right back to cover for injuries in the position and shone in every match he played. To see how Sobo adapted to a position he had only played a handful of times and competed with the best, click on this video here.